are going to check to see if our sourdough starter is ready to bake with. I have some warm water here, not too hot, and we can test it with our thermometer here. 91 degrees, not too hot, not too cold. Alright, so I'm not going to bake too much bread, and I don't really need it right now, so I'm not going to use a whole lot, but here's a half cup. We can test to see if it floats. Alright, that's a good sign. And as you can see here, the starter floats. So we are ready to go. And the only thing left to do is mix that in with your water. Make sure it's nice and integrated. Kind of get all this stuff off too. And now you're ready to start adding your flour and all that such to your sourdough starter. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and make my favorite dough of all. It's very versatile, mainly because it's a little bit more tender than just a French country loaf. So in the bowl I have a cup of water, it's already warm, and I have half a cup of natural starter. And I went ahead and put in the teaspoon of honey that I'm going to use for it, just so the yeast can have a little bit of energy and start, have a boost. And you can even go ahead, have your little mixer, mix that around. So I have a dough hook here, very handy for this. But next thing I'm going to go ahead and do, go ahead and dump everything on in here. I have 2.5 cups of AP flour, cheap stuff. You can use bread flour if you like, but this stuff costs 10 cents a pound. So I also have olive oil, 2 tablespoons. You can use a little more, less if you want. This helps make it much more tender. And then I have a half teaspoon of salt. You can add more, you can add less if you want to, but this is really the only thing that's going to flavor it. Alright, lock that bad boy down. Start on low because you might have the flour hop up it in. Now, eventually you will have to scrape the sides of the bowl. And especially get underneath right in the center. And of course you can do all this with that mixer. Alright, so your dough is going to start pulling away from the side and start to hold together. You can mix it a little longer, this is going to help develop the gluten, but once you've gotten to this stage, you're pretty much done with the first step of making it. Alright, let's go ahead and turn them off. Got a nice ball here, I can keep them going a little longer, but I think we're about done. Alright, take off my little paddle. And the stove might be a little wet, but I'm going to need it later. So, that's it.